Sahih al-Bukhari 2701. Narrated Ibn Umar, Allah's messenger set out for the Umrah, but the pagans of Quraysh prevented him from reaching the Kaaba. So, he slaughtered his sacrifice and got his head shaved at Al-Hudaybiyah, and agreed with them that he would perform Umrah the following year and would not carry weapons except swords and would not stay in Mecca except for the period they allowed. So, the Prophet performed the Umrah in the following year and entered Mecca according to the treaty, and when he stayed for 3 days, the pagans ordered him to depart, and he departed. Summary. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was prevented from entering Mecca for the Umrah pilgrimage, so he agreed to certain conditions and performed the pilgrimage in the following year. Sahih al-Bukhari 2702. Narrated Sahl bin Abu Hathma, Abdullah bin Sahl and Muhaisa bin Masudi bin Zaid went to Khyber when it had a peace treaty with the Muslims. Summary. Abdullah bin Sahl and Muhaisa bin Masudi bin Zaid went to Khyber when it had a peace treaty with the Muslims. Explanation. In the first hadith recounts an event in which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was prevented from entering Mecca for his Umrah pilgrimage. In order to reach a compromise with the pagans of Quraysh who were preventing him from entering, he agreed to certain conditions such as not carrying weapons except swords and not staying in Mecca longer than 3 days. He then performed his Umrah in the following year according to these conditions and departed after 3 days. This hadith teaches us that it is important to seek compromise when faced with difficult situations instead of resorting to violence or aggression. It also teaches us that we should always strive for peace even if it means making some sacrifices or compromises along the way. In the second hadith is about 2 people, Abdullah bin Sahl and Muhaisa bin Masudi, who went to a place called Khyber. At the time they visited, there was a peace treaty between the Muslims and the people of Khyber. This hadith teaches us that it is important to respect treaties and agreements that have been made between different groups of people. It also shows us that even if we are in disagreement with someone or something, we should still be respectful towards them and try our best to maintain peace. We should also strive for peaceful solutions whenever possible instead of resorting to violence or aggression.